How are you?
Good, how are you?
Just want to shake your hand.
Alright. What's up with this corporal bossing him around?
What?
Why did that corporal feel the need to boss him around?
I don't know, I just came over here to shake your hand.
I appreciate that. Why'd you boss him around?
Just by asking someone to move, bossing him around?
Well, you didn't quite ask him, you told him.
Right.
And you told him that you would arrest him if he didn't move.
Correct.
And why? Why did you tell him to stand behind your vehicle?
I'm not going to argue with you over
I'm not, well, is that an argument? I just asked a question. What's your name, Corporal?
It is supposed to stifle any kind of
Sorry. It's just about attitude, you know? I mean, like, you came up, you wanted to shake my hand, took me by surprise, but it's just a very different approach than he took with Mark, you know? And it's unnecessary.
I'll be really honest with you. I don't necessarily agree all the time with everything that happens, but some of these guys get so scared, and they just get not so much about you, but they don't want to do something wrong and make themselves look like fools.
But they make themselves look like bigger fools when they act like that.
I know. It reduces the fun level some, because I watch some of the videos on there and I'm like, holy cow. They just bought right into it and just kind of go full bore. Like,
but we're not even trying to get people to buy into it. Like when people are like legitimately nice to us, we're like, cool.
No, but okay. So there was the one with the I don't think it was you. It was somebody else with the corporal downtown for South by Southwest with the detective,
Which
the black
one?
guy.
Oh, Jones?
I think so.
The one who
yeah.
You know, told...
he just stops right off and goes in. Let me see your. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
We laughed and laughed and laughed
Stupid.
about that. It was just
it's
stupid. Almost comical.
But then we went to a stop off of 183 once, and they were arresting some homeless guy, and the guy came up and he said, "Hey, can't talk right now. Talk to you as soon as we're finished. I'll give you all the information you need to know." And then at the end, he was like, "I'll give you my name and badge number. We'll give you the case number, everything." Okay. Yeah.
A lot of it's just perspective. I mean, some of these guys. I mean, you know, cops are just type A type people, and they always want to be in control.
Yeah.
Sometimes and I know some of it is to kind of be provocative too, and I get that. But you know, these guys they're just trying to do their job and trying to do what's right. And sometimes it kind of gets in their way and it disrupts their mojo. Most of us are pretty cool. I just hope, and why I came over to shake your hand was, I just hope that if you guys are ever out somewhere and you see something where like you feel like you have to intervene, like an officer starts getting his ass kicked or something like that, that you'll at least do that.
That'll be tough.
Not just stand there and film it. You know
That'll be tough. That'll be tough.
You got to promise me that though.
I don't know, man.
You can't sit there and watch somebody get beat up.
If the thing is that no cops ever intervened when I was getting my butt kicked by a cop.
That's a
right?
interesting perspective.
I mean, a bunch of cops saw what Oborski did to me, you know, and then 2 more unauthorized illegal arrests. Since then, cops saw it, stood by. Art Acevedo comes out and comes out with these ridiculous statements. I mean, if someone was beating the crap out of a cop, yeah, I'd intervene. But
that's all I care about.
But it'd be nice to see if some of these cops would intervene when they see their fellow cops committing crimes, right?
I think what needs to happen is people just need to start doing the right thing. I mean, people are doing the right thing. They're just trying. Sometimes they try a little bit too hard.
I haven't. No one did the right thing with the Oborski.
I wasn't there, dude. I'm not gonna
I'm not going to say that you were, but Oborski, when Barry arrested me for BS, when Johnson arrested me for BS, it would have been nice if a cop would have come up and said, "Dude, what are you doing? Like he's not doing anything illegal. Let him alone."
And like I said, I think what happens is I think they just get scared.
Yeah, but getting scared doesn't justify infringing upon someone's civil rights.
You're completely right. You're completely right about that. But perhaps it's kind of a two-way street. Perhaps if the provocation wasn't always there,
we don't provoke.
Or the sense of like, what I mean is just like he was standing up real close. to what he was. I know you
Yeah.
don't perceive that as being provocative, but we kind of do sometimes. Just because so we're trying to do one thing here,
Yeah.
and then we got to worry about.
But you know what's interesting is people all the time are like close. Not all the time, but in a lot of cases we see people standing around watching. Never a problem. It's only when someone has a camera up. That's when a lot of these cops.
I guess I see your point.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we have more cameras in our cars.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we are the largest agency that has cameras in every car in the United States.
Yeah.
So it's not just about being on camera. That part I could care less about. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it. I think you're right. There's something about the distance and then the fact
Yeah.
of just having a camera, even though we're all on camera all the time, and
Yeah.
our guys go through great efforts to be on camera
Right.
all the time.
I mean,
it's kind of weird.
When I got arrested by Barry, people were closer than I was almost the entire time.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just because I had to. Well, it was also because I outed him 2 nights before. But
This guy was, I guess, driving a car and was involved in hit and run, and they chased each other down from the carnival a couple blocks away. I guess
the
it's-
people who got hit chased him down.
Yeah.
So did you just show up? I mean, did you guys come together, or did you guys just show up
No,
separately?
we came separate.
Yeah.
One of the guys said that y'all were here, so I figured I came over because I wanted to shake your hand anyways.
How many corporals are there? APD.
Maybe about 80. Maybe,
That's all.
give or take. Yeah. We're kind of synonymous with detectives. Like, if I wanted to go be a detective one day, I could transfer and go be a detective.
Mm.
But that means
But it's a leadership position, right?
it's a leadership
Yeah.
position.
I just thought it was more because I've seen so many of you guys.
Well, like for South by Southwest and all that, corporals and detectives have the same uniform. There used to be no star if you were a detective,
Oh, okay.
but then too many corporals and detectives wanted to switch spots, and the department got tired of having to pay for uniform modifications, so they just went with one thing. So that's probably why.
Well, we're cool with the helicopter, though.
Yeah. That's kind of why it just seemed like there were more. We got more detectives and lieutenants that you can shake a stick at now, that's for sure.
Lieutenants, how do I tell them?
Lieutenants have a gold bar,
Gold bar. I don't see many of them.
silver bar.
I don't see as many of them. Well, obviously,
Yeah,
but I feel like I see as many commanders as lieutenants.
Well, if you spend a lot of time downtown's a whole different deal.
Hey, Corporal, can I ask you something?
Shoot, man.
You said y'all two were supervisors on the scene. I was just curious. I couldn't really get a straight answer out of this corporal here. So I was just curious. What would be considered a distance that would not be interfering? Or what do you consider interference?
We were talking about that, and I think there's no like 10 feet, 12-foot rule. There's no really rule. It's just, follow the officers on scene. If they ask you to kind of give them some space, just give them some space.
Well, what if they just say, if you don't move, I'm going to arrest you. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. I'm going to arrest you.
I'm not going to talk about that. That's individual. It's an individual thing based on individual circumstances. If something different is going on, there may be a reason why they ask you to back up 3 feet or 6 feet or something.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm asking is how is a citizen supposed to know, if he doesn't have a clearly defined, all right, here's a distance, and just to be overly aggressive just on that like that, it doesn't seem professional for one thing, and it doesn't make sense.
So what's the question?
Well, I don't understand how I would be interfering, and why he's going to set up his own little perimeter all by himself when I have, he was the only one that came on to it like that.
It's an individual thing, man. That's what I'm saying. And it's very much a different thing depending on what kind of thing we're out here looking at or talking. I mean, if we're out here investigating a fight, I don't want somebody coming up behind me, even though you're just filming. I don't want somebody, standing right over my shoulder looking at me. I need to make sure that I'm safe and that we're safe. And the seen as on something like a traffic stop. I don't know.
Well,
It just depends.
It was just because the arresting officers had no issue with me being there, and I just was curious why he came on like that.
He's just looking out for them. Just ask him to give him some room. That's it.
All right. I appreciate it. What's next, sir?
I'm Noel Guerin.
Nice to meet you.
I think we're pretty much done here.
Yeah.
Are we waiting for a wrecker or anything?
I don't know.
Well, they're going through the trunk. All right. Well, thanks. Can you pronounce your name?
Noel Guerin.
Guerin.
Yes,
3266. Thanks. Appreciate it,
No
Corporal.
problem.
You guys, what's going on?
Hey, I'm just curious. What's the protocol for searching a vehicle? Don't you still have to have a warrant even if there's an arrest?
No, once they arrest you, they can do whatever they want.
Okay, I thought they had to impound it for evidence and then you get a warrant to search.
Well, maybe so, but I always see them searching once the person's been arrested.
Right. Well, being that there's another person with the vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys want to go?
Yeah, we can go.
All right.
All right. You ready, Sam?